of 2018. New week means new races, although once again we have a race at Tokyo. It just appears that somebody at the Gran Turismo studio believes that we should be bombarded with races at Tokyo. So I've only done the Group 3 race so far, race B, today, which is the Tokyo one. I'm not a big fan of Group 1 cars, but it is at Le Mans, so I may give that a crack this week. And I don't need to say how much I dislike the one make races, but it is at Blue Moon Speedway. Bit of a classic Corvette there. Not a car I've actually driven yet, I don't think, since it got introduced to the game. So we might give that a go this week. But for now, back to Tokyo we go. I've tried it in the Lexus so far. That does tend to be quite a good car for me, but as I said, it is quite lumpen. And there's a great chicane in this one that just loves killing people. So, do we take another punt with the Haas? We did have a little bit more luck with the Porsche last week on one of the races, which I'm not usually a Porsche driver, so may give that a go. Lancer, possible. Ooh, choices. Let's take a punt with let's go with the Aston Martin. Oh, I missed the timing on it. Took so long deciding. So let's actually do a little bit of practice. We'll give the Aston Martin a go. See whether this car is for me on this track, as it were. Going with the 2018 Red Bull Formula 1 livery there. Do need to, looks like I need to have a quick tart up on this one with that rear wing. It's anything I'm not overly keen on with the create a livery option on this. The rear wing, you get a lot of overlap, especially when you put things on the end plates, and it kind of stretches over to the top and the bottom of the wing for some strange reason. But hey ho, doesn't show from the back. Got to get your braking right. No, into the wall. This is what this most of these Tokyo tracks are like, to be honest with you, because braking is different from car to car. It means that you spend your first few laps either braking too late, as I did a second ago, or braking too early. Both will obviously make you suffer. One, because you're going to spank the wall, and then you spank the wall, you're almost guaranteed to get a penalty, because, you know, clipping the wall made you go so much faster. And braking too early, quite obviously, is going to slow your lap down quite significantly. Oh dear, here we go. Right. So here comes El Chicano of Defio. I didn't steal that name and from anyone else. GT Sport has not used the name at all. Giving it a Hispanic spin. Oh, makes it unique, doesn't it? Hitting the wall makes me a plum. So we're aiming for a 135.9, which is what I did in the Lexus this afternoon. It's going to take me a few laps, I think, to get anywhere near that sort of time while I feel it out with this particular car. I'm not convinced this is going to be the car for me. Doesn't feel quite as heavy as the Lexus. Lexus is a great car. I absolutely love that Lexus, and it's served me really well. Just not convinced on a tight twisty turner like this that it's going to be for the best. Got a feeling the Porsche is going to be the way to go, even with my general reluctance to use it. As I say, it did recently serve me well. I think it was last week, or week before maybe actually. Last week, of the 3 daily races, that was the fastest lap actually. Not by much, but it was. I pretty much spent all my time on daily race B again, which was Mount Panorama, or Bathurst, as most people would know it. Not an ideal track for racing, purely because overtaking, not the easiest track to overtake on, and then again neither is this one, so I'm in the same boat again pretty much. It was, what was it last week, another single make race which just didn't appeal to me at all. I couldn't even do it because it was a car I don't even own. The new McLaren. Race B was at Bathurst, as I say, in the Group 4. So I had a couple of good races in that, where I did manage to finish near the front. I think I did have a win as well, I think, at least one, maybe more. This is going to be a faster lap as well, not by much again, but it's faster. And race C I did take a punt at, but as it was in Group 2 cars, oh, that was wrong. It wasn't for me. Let's go with this penalty. Group 2, Group 1, they only really work if they're on certain tracks, for my money. Excuse me. As I say, Group 1 around Le Mans, Le Mans track, probably will work. Actually, I think wasn't Le Mans one of the FIA races last week? I can't remember. I'm sure there was one with no chicane, wasn't there? Wasn't overly keen on any of the FIA races last week actually. Tracks I didn't like. Cars just didn't like again. there's no point. I mean, on this game, if you know you're not going to perform, there's absolutely no point risking driver rating and sportsmanship rating. This is why I've been a bit reluctant to even do this one, because this is a track that would, you know, with all the so close to the barriers, that you are going to be looking at generally SR ratings not doing too well. Haven't actually looked at what this week's FIA races are. Hopefully it's something a bit better this week, and I might take a punt at it on Wednesday, but this ain't too bad, this car. Ooh, as he completely and utterly balls it up. Right, let's come out of here for a second. Let's quickly need to go shut a door that I've stupidly left open, and then we'll see how long it is before the next race. Oh look, we can enter it straight away. So let's get this going. No messing around, and let's just quickly go and shut this door. Right. What I might do is you might do this race in the Aston, and then we can potentially see whether the see what the top qualifiers of driving, whether it is the 911 is quite normal in this category, and then we will maybe take that car out and see how we do. Although, to be fair, it's quite common for me to not do the best with the car that seems to be the go-to car for most of the top runners. But that is one benefit of this game. The cars do handle significantly different, do have ups and downs, pluses and minuses, or whatever you want to say. And the fact that, you know, some have the acceleration, some have better grip, some have better top speed. You know, you might be have the balance of power, so all the cars are essentially equal, but different cars will quite often benefit different tracks better. And also because they do handle differently as well, what benefits one person might not benefit another. I mean, we've seen it before in, you know, Formula 1, for instance, in real life, not gaming, where you know, a top line Formula 1 driver struggles in a car compared to his teammate, and sometimes it's because a car might be quite oversteery or understeery or whatever, and that particular trait of the car suits one driver but not the other. You know, you don't have a guy who's a world champion, and the guy is his teammate who's probably lucky if he's won a race or two, and the world champion suddenly is behind him on performance. It's not, you know, it's cars sometimes designed more around a single driver, or they've just been designed in such a way that that person gets more benefit from it. You see it in touring cars as well quite often, where a guy will be an absolute monster in, say, a front-wheel drive car, but just no good in a rear wheel. Maybe that plays a part in this game as well, I don't know, because, you know, there is front wheel, rear wheel, four wheel, you know, all sorts of wheels, and maybe that's one of the reasons the certain cars on this benefit me more, I don't know. Although I do think that it's more just a handling issue with me rather than it being which type of drive it's got. Of course, another thing you seem to see in this as well, although it's not become so prevalent anymore, different cars have different fuel usage rates, and they also have, the one that does count, tyre wear rates. So you sometimes see people in races doing 2 stops and people doing 1 stop, because literally some cars just cannot, there we go, cannot make their tyres survive. And other cars are just very gentle on the tyres. That chicane is, it's tough enough as it is, even when you're just going round here, new fastest lap there, on your own, setting these qualifying laps. Once you get into a race with everyone else, oh my god, it's just waiting to be murdered. Whoa, no. Right, we've got it down to 135.1. Can we get it down? We've got 4:38 left, so we've got possibly 3 more laps. I don't know, because we're not on a, we're halfway round, so maybe 2 more laps. Can we get it down to a 134? Even if it's a 134.9, that'd be cool. We're not going to get it much lower than this, I don't think. And this afternoon with that one, what was it, 135.9 or whatever it was this afternoon, was generally good enough for 8th on the track, 9th maybe. Excuse me. Right, yeah, so I think we've got 2 laps left in this, possibly. But of course, when I did it, well, it was actually more like this morning than this afternoon, but no, we got in too deep. Oh, you idiot. Yeah, so of course, when I went online this morning, it was, as you can imagine, a lot of people hadn't woken up yet. The actual race had only been live maybe an hour or so. So the quality, if you will, of qualifying times probably wasn't as high as it is so late in the day now. But it's generally a good idea to get on as early as you can on the first couple of days of the week of the new races, purely and simply because people are still finding their feet. A lot of people haven't, that was poor, a lot of people haven't gone on to it yet, so you do have a better chance of getting a better position on the track, both in qualifying and race finish. As I say, I was qualifying 8th, but I had finished both of those races ahead of where I started. This isn't going to be a good one either. Right. A lot of that was down to driver error and drivers taking each other out, etc. Did have a couple of quite, how can we put it, robust drivers who just feel that constantly banging into you is the way to get past. Although obviously we will risk penalties from wall contacts, I'm hoping we can get away without stupid ones like I was suffering from last week. If anyone saw the video, not that anyone watches my videos, of the spinner on, oops, got some air there, on the Bathurst track, and then it decided to give me a 3-second penalty for hitting a car that was sideways across the track, like I had any chance of avoiding it. Right, so that's it. This is pretty much it done. We're not gonna extend this lap all the way. We're no faster anyway. Ugh. Thankfully those wall grazings like that don't penalise you. Right. So where did we qualify? That is the big question. 4th. That's alright. The 3 guys ahead of me though are ahead of me by a significant margin. Jesus. So the full GT. That's interesting. When I raced this morning, the full GT seemed quite quite a handful, to be honest with you. There seem to be a lot of people seem to be struggling to get out of the corners with it, so I don't know. Shall we try the full GT? That's the question. Is it worth the risk? I still do want to have a look at the top guys, see where they're at. The cars behind me now, we've got the Hurricane, GTR, another Vantage there, Z4 behind me, a Viper, a couple of Beetles, an R8, yeah, 911. Yeah, the 911 is not exactly well represented here, is it? Just one car in it, and whoever it was didn't set a lap. They've got a Mazda at the back of the field as well with no lap time. So let's see. Did the herky jerky dance? Did you come out? know that full GT does have some serious straight line speed, but I'm just surprised it's so popular, because I said I never considered the handling on the twisty turny bits to be overly great on that car. But you can see there, I mean, the absolute out and out speed of that Ford in that straight there. But the problem with that is that that leads to a lot of impatience as well. When you have a car that physically dominant with speed in a straight line, and there's not really that many long straights. Oh. Okay. Here we go. How will this end up? So I've moved up the place. The guy who was on pole has gone. Kicked by the game, obviously. We've had that enough times in our life. So it's two Fords, the Aston, and then you've got the BMW directly behind. So let's see. Well, no, I expect these two to just pull away, to be honest with you. I mean, they're just head and shoulders faster than me. But the field behind is quite close. So I might have to run a little bit defensive. We'll have to wait and see. Don't, that's it. Whoa, just clipped on the way out. So did the guy behind. That's it. Well, we're pulling away. Well, they're catching back up now. This chicane as well is another place where a lot of people seem to go in way too fast. Either take themselves out or take others out, on, you know, for good measure. Yeah, these two Fords are just pulling away from me quite easily. Guy behind is inching up as well. Don't think this Aston's got quite the straight line speed that these guys have. Is that going to get a penalty for that? Obviously not. Oh, there's another Aston behind me, amazingly. So there's me waffling on about straight line speed, and car behind is the same bloody car as mine. Whoa, bit of a... I was faster out of there than him. I'm surprised actually. I thought these two Fords would pull away a lot faster. I don't know if they're just not pushing it too hard, maybe. I mean, you always see that in these races as well. You know, sometimes the people, oh look, he's just so much faster than me. How the hell is he that much faster? And why do I get an SR rating when I'm the one who got hit? Yeah, so I was saying it's, you do, oh, he's spanked it, that's good, that's benefited me. Yeah, you get a lucky lap in, so in the races it is obviously consistency that matters. and you only need that one lucky lap where you just get everything perfect. But I don't think that is the case with these Fords. They're just that much faster. Oh, pulled away quite a bit. He must have made a mistake behind. I've overcooked it there. Yeah, that's allowed him to catch back up again. Oh, well, I'm pulling away again now. Does help that he's not in the slipstream now, but I just don't understand how he's that much faster on the parts of the tracks where I'm not even braking. Makes no sense. Ooh, now that's just... Oh, you absolute plum. And I got a penalty for that at all. Oh, come on. That was ridiculous. Trying to turn around and clip the wall again and stuck me another 5 seconds. Right, you absolutely threw that away, you plum. Oh no, I don't like this track anyway, as I say. Billy twice made it through on Janquonic as well, so somehow he didn't do too well. Oh, let's go for another 5 seconds. Oh, this is I don't even know if I'm going to bother with another race on this track. I really don't like it. Might see what that single make race is like. I've not been a fan of it. Oh, no. Any of these Tokyo tracks, to be honest with you. Didn't really need to overtake that guy because he has got a significant penalty that he's not trying to burn off. But I kind of outbroke myself, which kind of forced me into the overtake. And somehow it all paid off. He was quite fair, to be honest with you. He didn't try and cut back on me or anything like that, so can we get through this chicane without killing myself this time? I'll do so and actually pull out quite a significant gap on the guy behind. He didn't do too well through there. Right, final lap. The pain is nearly over. And I'm going to hit the wall again. Oh, just managed to miss it. Yeah, I really knew it was going to be a big issue. And annoyingly, all the races this morning, apart from the clip in the wall, made no errors through that chicane. So it is typical that when I do decide to broadcast is the race where I decide to spank it. Oh well, nearly over now. What I do want to check out, I want to check out the FIA races for Wednesday. See if any of them are worth my attention. Nearly there. Oh dear, so from 3rd on the grid to 6th, And Billy twice dropped back at the end, but he did have a penalty, so... But look, I mean, look at that second place, way off the first place car. So yeah, not the greatest of races, but as I said, that's not exactly a track I like, so yeah, I think I might. I'm not really up for the Group 1 race at the moment, not round Le Mans. I need to get some practice in on that one first, I think. But yeah, I think I might just have one quick punt at the Daily Race A. Not a car I'm familiar with. Do I even own it? Is a question, actually. That's a good question. Do I even own the car? Yes, I do. Oh no, it's not one you need to own, actually, like it was last week with McLaren. They're giving you the car. That was weird. Why was it you had to own the McLaren last week, but this week's one they loan you a car? Very strange. So I can imagine this car doesn't necessarily have the greatest handling. But it is an oval. Whoa, that is drifting. Might be worth having a look at. Yeah, let's try that up full for this. This is like a boat. That's where you have to get it right. Well, I seem to want to go in a straight line either. Lovely car, but it's a 1960s American automobile, which means handling wasn't one of their strong suits. Oh, right up into the wall. Yeah, this doesn't want to turn. Yeah, I mean it's probably going to have a, I wouldn't say a decent first. You know, we're not going to do 150. So, top speed's okay. It's not the fastest accelerating, but the handling, I'm saying with suspension this spongy, probably with an old pram suspension as well at that. So it'll be a bit faster through there now. And we just need to back off a bit more there. There we go. This isn't going to be a fun race either, I don't think. It's that easy it is to just lose control through that. Oh, like that. And yet I've actually benefited through there. So that's where I should have got a penalty then. That time I actually did benefit through riding the wall, albeit unintentionally, and no penalty. Right, okay, get it right this time again. Sloppy there. Yeah, there's no real grip. Handling is awful. One more lap, then we'll go and see what the qualify. Oh no, we're gonna let's no. Right, okay, let's go and see if the qualifying's open. Don't see this race being my cup of tea, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't mind actually. Gotta be black in it. Don't actually mind this track, while ovals aren't. Yeah, I don't think they're the mark of a great racer, to be honest with you. Even though it's a short oval, which isn't really oval. But you have to be in the right cars for them. Look at that, skinny tyres, jacked up suspension now. Probably weighs a million tons. Right, put that back on. There's no way I'm racing this thing around here without full traction control. It's got no grip at all. And steering just constantly. There we go. Now it's. Oh. Get the braking right. No, not right. No, okay. I can see me doing that a lot. Now I'm guessing there's going to be quite a few laps to this race. 8 or 9 maybe. Maybe even as much as 11, I don't know. Because I say it is quite a short track. I think 8 or 9 is probably about right. I could easily see it being 11, as I say. It's not an attrition one. I mean, the lap time's under a minute. I can see the that particular bend back there being quite crash happy, not just with the wall but with people out braking themselves, sliding through it, whatever. This isn't going to be great, I don't think. New fast lap there. This is going to be one of those ones where with a lot of races, but with most races you pick a braking point and you stick to that braking point. And apart from a few slight variations, you usually go through a corner pretty much the same. I think with this car being so horrible for the corners, lack of grip, handling, the whole full Monty, I think even if you pick the same braking point every time, you're going to go into and come out of the corner different every time, because you hit the brakes and sometimes you seem to slide, sometimes you don't, sometimes you end up, as I say, it's probably just down to fractions of seconds maybe braking a little bit earlier, maybe braking a little bit later, just by a fraction of a second. Maybe you held the brakes down longer for a little bit. And with the handling on this car, it makes a huge difference actually. You wouldn't think it did, but it does. With the better cars like the Group 3 and Group 4, which I usually try and race, that sort of thing doesn't make much difference. You can see here, that was way off the pace. Oh. There we go again, another example of it. Both a little bit drifty, but one went high, one went low. This is going to drag, isn't it? I can't believe it. Still got 6.5 minutes. So that's, yeah, potentially another 7 laps. I completely forgot to brake there. Oh. Another thing you can see there, coming off that last bank corner, is how much difference it makes to your straight line speed on a car like this, because it is quite a slow accelerating car. So by the time you cross that line, you can see just how far that ghost is ahead of you, which is once again something you don't see quite so obvious with the race tune cars. So we're kind of matching speed with the Ghost. Now he's pulling away a bit there, look. So we're going to go over the line with an advantage to the Ghost again. There we go. But not by as much this time. And he covered that corner so much better. I can see some people getting some serious back and forward, chopping and changing the positions on this next race. Because I think inconsistent lap times will be quite common. Well, it might just be me. We don't know. Hopefully that's a much better exit. Yeah, that was. Ever so slightly pulling out. Got to get this exactly right. Yeah, there we go. Now, got too much slide in there. But this could... Can I nerf ahead? No, that's not going to happen, is it? Oh, that was 0.800 per second. No, 8 thousandths of a second. Slow. Oh, that was much better out there. But look at the. As I say, winning the count first, but for whatever reason, that lap, the fastest lap, I got the power down better at that corner. Got some sort of wiggle on there. But what can we do here? Anything? Now normally, say in a Group 3 or Group 4 car, that bend there, I wouldn't even apply the brakes. I would just let off the throttle and use engine braking to go through there. Here, yeah, you have to brake, no matter what car you're in. But that normally is literally the only place you do brake on this track. In this car, no, you've got to brake for that last bend as well. There you can go through without letting off the throttle, but this one, can we do it? Let's try. The answer is no, you can't. Well, you can, but you can see how badly I drifted. So, depending on when it cuts off, this is either going to be the last lap or the last but one. Broke a bit earlier that time, I think. Right, so I came out of the corner good, but have I picked up the speed? Yeah, not catching. Still that last corner for him to... Well, he's caught me up there. Backed off again. Well, that's... Yeah, I might actually have a faster lap in me. Whoa! Who would have thought it? 58 dead. Will we finish this lap? Yeah, we are, but we're not going to finish it on a faster time if we do. Be interested to see where everyone else is. Probably go, no, go. Probably go in there and find people on 55s and 56s, knowing my luck. Oh yeah, look, 56, 56. So I was finished, I was qualified 6th. There's not that many people in the race, only 11. And the fact that we got E-rated drivers in there versus B-rated drivers kind of shows that not a lot of people are doing this race. Usually you will find it'll be A, B, C, or C, D and E maybe, but usually it'll be around the same sort of thing. So just 2 categories. So for this I would have expected, being a B rated at the moment, to either be with A and Bs or Bs and Cs. I wouldn't have expected to see E-rated drivers. Now I'm assuming we're all on hard tyres. I didn't even think to check that, but I very much doubt there's a choice of tyres on this. Oh, so tired. Right, so still in 6th at the moment. Nobody's dropping out by the look of it. Wakey, wakey. Hands on sneaky. Can't flash the light because... Oh, you can. Oh, you've got to raise them up. I can't remember how you do that. Oop. Now, come on, game. Look at the way you're letting them get ahead. That's crazy. What the hell was that about? That was just crazy. It's just let those other guys steam off. Oh, Jesus. Oh, just because that guy's got a laggy connection, I don't know. Whoa, don't do that, man. That was just dumb as... You don't just pull past someone and then just literally cut straight in front of them and brake. What an idiot. Well, slipstream's in full effect there. But, oh my god, that was dreadful. Got no idea why it lets people just like... You've got no chance of catching those first four unless they make mistakes, because it just kind of put that guy in front of me almost to a stop, carried on letting him pull away, and then just put us two on the back foot. So I don't see, as he's only got like a 3-bar yellow. Don't know. As I say, not enjoyable. It's 10-lap race. So that's the only number I didn't mention. We'll tuck in. He's trying to break the slipstream. He's got a little bit wide. That's cool, so we can tuck right back in behind him again. Slide on there. He's going to go right into the wall. He didn't brake at all. But look at the benefit he got. He's got a 4.4 second penalty, but he's that much ahead of me. So and then again in a race this afternoon, that was morning I should say. Oh, I caught him up again. Did a race this morning on the Tokyo track. This kind of shows how these penalty system is a bit wonky. It really depends on what track you're on to how much they suffer from the penalties. The guy had a 5-second penalty. He through going through one of the corners slow or something, he got it down to a 4.8, 4.9, whatever it was. So for love or money, he was still on 5-second penalty. I was 2 seconds behind him, He broke just coming up to the line. Then crossed the line, burning the whole 5-second penalty off. With me 2 seconds behind him, he still finished ahead of me. But if you've got a 5-second penalty and the car behind you is 2 seconds behind, how can you slow down to burn off 5 seconds in less than 2 seconds? It makes no sense. Break the toe a little bit there. I've got way too much about him because he's not showing any major signs of burning that penalty off yet. Oh, he's down to 1.1 there, so he has got the slipstream, but the consistency's not there. But look at the guy in front of me now. He's just pulled away like nobody's business as well, hasn't he? So my quickest lap 1:58.2, fastest lap by the guy in second is 56.6, which just shows you the difference between the qualifying time and the race time. Although to be fair, I think wasn't the first AM56 is? I can't remember now. I can't even remember what my qualifying time was. Getting old. Can't even remember what happened a few minutes ago. So he's in the slipstream, going to my right. Not a good place to try and overtake, mate. Told ya. And he's got himself another 5-second penalty for his trouble. You're never going to overtake round the outside there. This is where you overtake, mate, here. This is where you overtake. Oh, as I run too wide to try and avoid hitting him. Silly me. See, now he's braking. So this is the call he didn't bother even braking before. There we go, we're getting a run on him again. See, if you are going to overtake on this bend, you have to be down the inside, but he's going to block me. His biggest mistake before was that he tried to take me around the outside. You don't do that on that bend. You have to be down the inside or not at all. He's overly ambitious. That was rough through there. He's burnt off a bit, so he got that corner slightly wrong, so that enabled him to burn off 0.6 of a second. Final lap, thank God. I'm not overly worried about him. I'm not going to go overly defensive. He does still have that penalty. Just need to not make any mistakes. Try to go around the outside. He might get the run on me, but see, even without trying again, look, he's burnt off more of that penalty. So yeah, 22 seconds off the lead. Yeah, not great. Don't see myself racing this one again. Okay, I think that's it. That's me done. Okay, might do some more later in the week, we'll see, but until then, Happy New Year, see you on the other side.